coming to find you're comfortable lying down with that chin tucked in just so the back of the neck is long. And just settling into the mat here. Just tuning into the breath. Just allowing the breath to settle. Just feeling the points, connecting the body to the mat. Supported and calming. And as we focus on the breath, without judgment, just observing its quality. And with time and not forcing it, just letting it lengthen, breath by breath. And as we settle here, with the breath lengthening, just observing what's going on. The subtle movements of the chest and tummy as they rise on the inhale, as they lower on the exhale. And the gentle sounds that each breath makes as well. And as you focus on this, attention only on the breath, just allowing the mind to clear. Just any thoughts drifting away. Present only in this moment. And the breath nice and long, calming and stilling. Same with the body, same with the mind. And then, as we usually do, we'll take our 3 long deep breaths. That big inhale as we fill the chest and the tummy, holding just for a second. And through parted lips, sigh it away. Twice more. Those 3 breaths done, just letting the breath return to normal. And then we'll just move it into the neck, rolling the head gently from side to side, stretching into these neck muscles, only going as far or as little as you like, as fast or as slow as you like. And when we've worked evenly, bringing that head just back to center and stillness, checking the chin is still tucked in. And if they're not already, bringing the palms face down by our sides. Into your inhale, just reach these palms up and over onto the floor behind. For a gentle stretch out. We exhale gently and slowly back down to the sides. Breath by breath. Inhale and reach. The movement filling the breath. The breath fills the movement. Each time you move, maybe you stretch that a little farther. And the next time you inhale up and over, just leave the hands here. That gentle stretch out. If you want, you can flex the toes away, just feeling the stretch all across the front of the body. And exhale. Palms back down to the sides. You can just relax the toes. And then let's just hug these knees in towards the chest. Just having that squeeze in. And if we want, we can rock the knees side to side. As the knees go one way, maybe the head goes the other. Just massaging around the lower spine. Lovely. And from here, just inhale these arms out to shoulder height. Just letting the feet come onto the floor wherever they are. Next exhale, to let these knees fall to any side. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. Just a nice loose twist. With each breath, just releasing around a little bit more. As we inhale, slowly back up to center. Exhaling across to the second side. Releasing, relaxing on this side. Observing any difference with each breath, that body just giving in. As we inhale again, back up to center. As we bring the palms face down by the sides. So first we're moving with pelvic tilting and then into bridge. So for pelvic tilting, it doesn't matter where the feet are. And then very gently, on the inhale, just that subtle press through the feet, just so the hips lift up just a smidge. As we exhale as they lower back down. Breath by breath. Inhale up and exhale down. So with each inhale up, the small curve of the lower spine flattens on the mat. As you exhale down, as that natural curve returns. The micro movement for the hips, back and pelvic floor. Then when you next lower down, we can get ready for full bridge if you like. So you can either stay with pelvic tilting, or if you're coming into bridge, bring these ankles very close into the hips. And we want the knees at hip distance apart. Now, being sure the chin is tucked in, plant these palms down by the side. And when you're ready, inhale that powering through the legs, lifting the hips to the sky. Not holding, just exhale. Peeling the spine as we lower the hips down. Twice more. That's inhale, pushing up. Maybe you go higher. We exhale, peeling down. So the last thing to lower are the hips. final one this way. And when you lower down, just take a brief moment of pause. We're going to inhale up again, but hold for 6 breaths. If you don't want that count to be 6, then don't do it. So when you're ready, that inhale, powering up. Now as we hold it, on the exhale, you can take a gentle press through the palms if you want. And then repeating again, that inhale, maybe you lift a little higher. Stretching these hips to the sky. Now if you've had your 6, gently exhale, peeling down. Nice. And when you're down, let's counter stretch, just taking a hold of each knee individually as we draw them out and up to the side of the chest. That chin still tucks. You can take a gentle rock side to side if you like. As we open into the hips. Just that pressing of the lower back onto the mat. Lovely. And then from here, let's bring both these knees together as we hug around the thighs. Now, before we do anything, just squeeze these thighs in for a breath or two. If you wish, inhaling the head up towards the knees. If the head's up, let's exhale it back down. As we get ready to either rock up to seated or come any other way that you wish. That's it. Finding your comfortable seated position. Finding the spine long and light. Doesn't matter if you've got the legs crossed or if they're out in front. With the shoulders dropping. Just settling here. Just finding the spine nice and long. The breath calming and settling. And we're going to work into a side stretch, but using the core, so slightly different than normal. So let's inhale, lifting both arms up. They reach up, maybe palms together. Now use the core to lower. Exhaling over wherever the bottom palm lands. As this top palm reaches. Now we're going to hold. I'm a bit distracted. From lying down, I found out this plant has flies. It's feeling into the stretch. Maybe lowering a little on the exhale. Other side. So using the core, inhaling up. And exhale over. So whatever variation it is on this side. Now reaching over. Stretching into this side. You might observe some difference. Again, using that core, inhale and lift, palms together. Exhaling it all back, heart center, shoulders dropping, lovely. Then let's move as we bring these legs wide. send the legs out. Now, how wide is your choice? Flick those toes up just so the back of the legs are active. The spine still nice and long. I'm just going to fold over the legs. Just same again, this inhale and lift. Palms together. Exhale, looking over a leg, folding over the leg. Now, whether you've got the palms to the side, holding the leg, or the toes is all fine. If the knee needs to bend, let it happen. And as we hold, with each inhale, finding a little more length in the spine. And maybe exhale, releasing down a little more. It's breath by breath. Second side. Again, using that core. Inhale, lifting up. Palms together. Exhale, second leg, fold. Now, whether it's the floor, legs or toes, and whether you're bending the knees, all up to you. Releasing down. Breath by breath. And each inhale is finding a little more length in the spine. And again, inhale, lifting up. We've done both sides, so it's a shame not to do the middle. Exhale down. Now, arms either to toes or out in front. And maybe more so, maybe you want these knees to bend. Releasing the spine down, and this will work into the hips, so be cautious of that as well. Just letting the body just give in with each exhale. And then inhale up, final time. So we exhale it back, heart center, shoulders dropping. Lovely. Now, before we come to all fours, let's just have a challenge. So let's inhale nice and tall. We can begin just by taking a hold of the thighs. You can probably guess. Take a gentle lean back to find some balance. One leg, maybe the second leg. Wow, go straight to it if you want. Now, you can adapt this. So you can continue holding the thighs. If you're lucky, you might get the toes. Now, if you lengthen the legs, that probably makes it harder. But with each inhale, you're finding this lift in the chest, or cores and thighs. Maybe not on fire yet, but certainly notice them now. Now, this is the hard bit. Can we try and exhale as we land, but controlled, without a thud? Exhale. Oh, I did it. I've been practicing that all week. I'm usually a thud. So from our seated, then let's just roll through to all fours, or any other way that you like. So as we find our all four position, whether it's on palms or on fists for you tonight, it can change all the time. With the knees under the hips, and just that gentle lift in the chest. Ready to move in our cat. Let's inhale as we curl and look up. And the exhale, curling as we look down or through the legs. Breath by breath. Just taking that time, feeling each of the vertebrae in the spine. Bending the elbows as much or as little as you like. When we've worked evenly, exhaling down, curling as we have been, but let's send these hips back, coming into our child. Adjust so it's comfy, whether that's widening the knees or adapting as you need. It's letting that chest and head just sink towards the mat. It's the same as I said earlier. So with each inhale, as if we're breathing the spine in a little longer. With each exhale, it's releasing down maybe a little bit more. As we draw the attention to the breath. Feeling the calm, warmth and energy throughout the body. That breath just naturally lengthens again. And when we're ready, let's slowly inhale. Coming up, back to our all fours. So from here, we're going to move it into a twist. So with one palm, let's point those fingers in. So you bring that palm roughly to the edge of the mat. And with the other, let's inhale, reaching that arm up. As we exhale, scooping it down and through. The shoulder might come onto the mat, the head might too. So we're opening this top chest. And if you wish, you can inhale the top arm, reaching it up to the ceiling. There we go, we got it. Letting the body open with the breath. And as we exhale, planting this top palm back down. Inhaling slowly back through to our all fours. Ready for the other side. So pointing the other fingers in, edge of the mat. Inhaling the opposite arm up. Exhale, scooping it down and under. When you feel you're ready, inhaling that top arm up if you like. Just opening into the twist on this side. Again, you might notice some difference. With the breath, just letting the body, just giving, opening up. We exhale. Slowly down again. Inhaling back through to our all fours. As we get ready to come into dog. So with those palms planted, we're not quite lifting up in our usual way. So let's tuck these toes in to begin with. And just exhale, those hips back towards the heels. You get a stretch in the back of the feet. And then using the legs, inhale, lifting these hips up to the sky. As we sink the chest and head through, just letting that head hang. And as we hold our dog, making that length in the spine. And if you wish, you can take a walk from foot to foot. It's one heel lowers and then the other. And if you're walking, it's coming back to stillness, just for a breath. As we inhale it through to a forward fold, letting everything hang. Whether the arms are hanging, maybe holding ankles, maybe holding the elbows. Just a subtle bend in the knees though, that can just help release the lower spine. Now, let's see if we can deepen this fold a little bit. So when we're ready, just going to inhale, drawing the palms up towards the knees into a flat back position. And then sigh the breath away as we lower down. As we do this twice more. See if each exhale down lowers you a little more. And when we've had the third, just hang for a few breaths. Everything nice and loose. Now, I'm going to come to lengthen the spine again, but before we do, let's just bring the hands roughly onto the hips. As we inhale, back to our flat back, tabletop position. Now, when you're here, you can maybe lower a tad, maybe lengthen the legs. You get quite a stretch in the back of the legs. Now maybe you want to keep the arms here. If you want to strengthen a bit more, maybe inhale, reaching them forward. This can become a bit more of a balance. Maybe you prefer them on the hips. And then a big inhale. Can we come up to our stand? Those feet planted. Exhaling back, heart center. Just finding that spine nice and long. That chin tucked in. Here we go. Just finding your length, your standing position. As we settle it here. Usual move. A slow inhale, reaching, looking up for a gentle back bend if you want. Exhaling it back, heart center. Twice more. And when we're back, bringing these arms down. Have that quick shake, wiggle off whatever you need. And then, so changing it up tonight, we also usually do our warriors first, but first we're going to do tree. So if you want to use a wall, you can get that set up. But if not, let's just root these feet down. So to begin, just inhale, just lifting these toes up. Observing this lift in the chest. So we exhale, just spreading them down. These feet nice and planted. When we're ready, as we inhale, the heel away from the wall up. It can stay here or it can come straight up in line with the hips if it wants. Perhaps give that ankle a rotate around. It's going both ways. And then as we exhale, this knee out to the side. We have the other arm or a wall as balance. And then let's tuck this foot in. Whether it's up high or maybe the toes are on the floor. Just taking your time. Finding your stillness. Once you have, inhale, reaching, stretching up. As we exhale, the palms down to heart center. The shoulders dropping. Just settling here. Maybe a subtle bend in the standing leg. It can help with balance if you want. And just settling in to the breath. With each inhale, finding a little bit more length. As we exhale, just rooting down through the standing foot. And then the next breath or two, just think about exhaling down. Now we're not going straight to the other side. You can have that quick wiggle walk off if you want. We're going to go straight into warrior. So the leg that you were just balancing on is going to be your front leg. So take a nice big wide stance. So warrior two, these hips out to the side. Back toes in, the hands on the hips to keep them even. Shoulders drop, chin tucked. And exhale. So bend this front leg. Taking this peak, this knee and ankle in alignment. If we're ready, inhaling, reaching these arms out. Maybe looking over the opposite fingers. And as we hold this, each inhale, filling the lungs as if the arms are becoming longer. Maybe exhale, lowering a little. This repeats, breath by breath. Just tuning into the breath, letting it guide you here. Now in the next exhale, bring the front elbow onto the thigh. This back arm wraps around, maybe in the lower back. It maybe wraps all the way around. Opening this top chest. And if you want, you can inhale, reaching the top arm up. Stretching it up. Maria, I probably recommend you just stay where you are. Now with the arm that's on the thigh, maybe it lengthens too. Don't have to force it. And then, on a very big inhale, let's bring everything up. Leg lengthening and sigh the arms down. You can take a big step or a zigzag in. That quick shake, wiggle off. And let's go back to the start. So tree to begin with on the other side. That's it, get the wall if you want. Settling these feet down. Finding the lift in the chest. When we're ready, inhale the opposite heel up. Maybe in straight up to the hips. Rotating the ankle if you did it before. And if we're balanced, send that knee out to the side. If you've found it here, let's tuck it in, whether it's high or low. Found this. Inhale, reaching, stretching these arms up. Exhaling them down to heart center. The shoulders drop. Finding the stillness on this side. Again, observing any difference, which there's quite likely to be some. Each inhale as if we're breathing in taller. And each exhale just rooting down through this standing foot. And when we're ready, controlled, so we exhale back down. And again, maybe a quick shake, wiggle off. When we're ready, stepping it into warrior on this side. So the other foot forward, back toes in, hips to the side. The hands on the hips, inhaling tall. Exhale, bending the front leg. Checking that alignment with knee and ankle. The inhale, lifting the arms up. Looking over these front fingers if we're balanced. As we hold it on this side. So we held it for a while on the last side, so it's the same here. Each inhale, filling the lungs if the arms are getting longer. Maybe exhaling down a bit. Don't have to force it. Listening to the breath. Each inhale drawing in energy. Each exhale releasing any tension. And again, exhaling the front elbow onto the thigh. That back arm wrapping around, either in the lower back or maybe holding the thigh. And if we want, inhaling that back arm up to the ceiling. Maybe lengthening the front arm, only if you like. And on a big inhale again, let's swing everything up. That big step or zigzag back in. Wiggling, shaking, easing off. Let's work our way back down to the floor. So, we're keeping the spine lengthened to start with. So the same move to begin. Inhale, reaching up. As we exhale, reaching forward. You can have a subtle bend in the knees if you want. And at the halfway, just fold down. Just letting everything hang nice and loose. Just giving the head a little wiggle, just so it's loose as well. With each exhale, just feeling the lower back easing and relaxing. Done an inhale. Let's walk the palms forward into dog. Stepping these feet back. Letting the chest and head just sink through. And as we hold downward dog, you can take a walk foot to foot if you want. Or just enjoy the stillness. Remember, you can always lower down via all fours and into child if you don't want to stay here. But if we're still up, just think about coming down in the next breath or two. Via all fours, sinking back into our comfortable child position. Chest and head just melting to the mat. And always adjusting it as you need to. Tuning back into the breath. And relaxing. Observing the warmth within. Observing around the body where you've worked. And when we're ready, inhale slowly back to our all fours. Now, whether it's with the palms planted or you prefer to use fists, your choice. As we work in cat, we're going to make it a circle cat. So that inhale up is normal. But as we exhale, circling around and down. As we inhale back, circling around. Lots of things will move. Just feeling around the back, the hips, the shoulders, the neck. And when we've worked evenly though, let's just start circling the other way. And then from here, coming back to our stillness, ready to come to lie down. So any way you want. Maybe it's crossing the ankles as we roll over them. As we scoot towards the front of the mat. With that nice loose bend in these knees. Spine lengthened, inhaling the arms up, the gaze forward, let's slowly exhale, peeling down vertebrae by vertebrae. The last thing to lower down is the head. When that's down, let's hug these knees in towards the chest. Whether it's having that rock, just enjoying the stillness. And then coming back, center and still. Going to exhale, the soles of the feet on the mat, these palms by the side. Now we have two options here. Well, three. We can work either in pelvic tilting or bridge, or if you want, you can come up into shoulder stand. So if you're coming into shoulder stand, have the palms planted by the side. And we can just inhale, we're almost swinging the legs up, rolling the hips so we can bring the hands onto the hips. Those legs will eventually lift into the air. Now you really want this chin tucked in. Excellent. Now, if you've got the legs in the air, you can either just keep them up above, or you can play around a little. Maybe exhale the legs over the head. It might come onto the floor, you don't have to force it. Or perhaps you can just widen the legs a little. This is a very energizing move. Great if you've been sat down all day. Now, the next few breaths will begin to come out. So to come out, exhale the legs over the head, and that should give you enough balance to place the palms back onto the mat. Now, exhale slowly, peeling that spine back to the mat. It's a wonderful massage. Those feet can just come bent loosely onto the mat. Just kind of do what feels right. Probably just roll the knees around. Nice and gently. Give the head a roll as well if you want. And then we're just going to make it a held twist. So we can bring these arms out again to shoulder height. Exhaling the knees onto the floor on any side. Taking that look over the opposite shoulder if you wish. To just release and relax around on this side. Just letting the breath settle. And the body give in. And let's move it to the other side. Inhaling back to center. And we exhale to the second side. Inhaling again, back to center. So just lift these legs up into the air, as much a bend as they need. Letting that just press the lower back onto the mat. Then let's inhale as we bring the arms up to join. To press the shoulder blades on the mat. You can give the wrists and ankles a rotate if you wish. You give everything just a nice loose shake off. From here, inhale, drawing the arms through the legs, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet. The knees come out and up. Maybe rocking, maybe still. In the next breath or two, just slowly come down as we find a relaxation position in whatever that is. You can have the knees bent up or out straight, chin tucked, and the arms either by the sides, and just resting on the body. As we settle down here, tuning back into this breath, supported by the mat. Observing again the subtle movements of the chest and tummy and the sounds of each breath. Your breath lengthening bit by bit. And let's just draw the attention around the body. With each inhale, drawing in energy and light. With each exhale, releasing any tension. As we start at the crown of the head. Forehead. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Cheeks. Chin. Jaw. Ears. Front of the neck. Back of the neck. Collarbone. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Left wrist. Front and back of the left palm. Left fingers and fingertips. Right shoulder. Right elbow. Right wrist. Front and back. The right palm. Right fingers and fingertips. Front of the chest. Ribs. Tummy. Shoulder blades. Upper back. Mid back. Lower back. Hips and pelvic floor. Left hip. Left thigh. Left knee. left calf and shin, left ankle, heel, ball of the left foot, left toes, right hip, right thigh, right knee, right calf and shin, right ankle, heel, ball of the right foot, right toes, the whole body. The whole body. You focus on the breath. It's feeling a lightness within the body. To gently draw ourselves back to this moment. You can begin to wiggle the toes and fingers as we make small movements. If you like, inhale, reaching the arms overhead for a gentle stretch out. And in time, bringing the palms back down. As we hug the knees in towards the chest. Either having a rock or enjoying the stillness. And in time, we roll over to any side with a brief moment of pause. And then lift ourselves up to our comfortable seated position. As we find the spine long and light, shoulders dropped, chin tucked in. Just observing that breath for the last few moments. Inhale as we find the length. And exhale, releasing tension, rooting down. As we inhale, reaching these palms up. Bringing them together. As we exhale, reaching forward to wherever they land for a gentle fold. The head hanging. You can just gently open the eyes here. As we inhale, back up, back to heart center. Namaste.
Namaste.